Hey everybody, this is Steven with Virgin Cow. I want to do another guitar video right now. In the last video I showed the gear that I actually run through up at church, and I actually want to play through some of that gear today to give you an idea of what I actually play through, what it sounds like, and things like that. What I've got right now is I've got my Bob Hartman Jekyll and Hyde guitar. Show you some of the clean settings here. Let me turn my standby on there. I've got my neck pickup on right now. And this is running through channel 1 of the triple rectifier, the clean channel. So this is straight clean. And then depending on the song, I may switch between that and the both pickups actually, between the neck and then the neck and the bridge pickup. The neck and the bridge pickup is a little bit more brighter sounding, a little bit more bite to it. And then of course, depending on the song, I may add the chorus pedal in there, the Black Label chorus pedal. And a lot of guitar players don't like chorus pedals, but I'll tell you, up here at church, it adds a lot of flavor. It adds a lot of atmospheric flavor, you know, a little something, you know, to fill in some musical gaps. And so I click that on during a lot of the slow songs. I use the chorus pedal. And then I also use the Phase 90 pedal. And I use the Phase 90 a lot, depending on the song. If we're talking about water or air or something like that, that Phase 90 really sets the mood of the song, and it helps create that mood of the song. And that's what I use those pedals a lot, depending on you know, what we're singing about. Mostly slow songs I use those on, and you know, it really fills in some of the musical gaps maybe, or you know, sets the tone. And so that's what I use those for. And a lot of people ask me, hey man, you've got way too many overdrive pedals. Why do you have so many overdrive pedals? And look, up here at church, we play so many songs up here at church. Every song is not going to require full-on distortion all the time. I may need some really light overdrive, and I may need something in the middle. So that's why I have so many overdrives. I'll go ahead and demonstrate those. I'm going to go ahead and switch to my neck pickup here. And this is what it is clean. And here's the Maxon pedal. Okay, a little overdrive there. Turn the Maxon off, and we'll turn the Michelangelo Badio. The Michelangelo Badio is quite a bit warmer, a little bit more thicker sounding than this Maxon. It doesn't have quite the edge to it, it's just a little thicker. So we got those off. We're going to turn the Zakk Wylde overdrive on. That's almost borderline distortion pedal right there. It's quite a bit more overdrive than these. It has more edge. It has a lot of bite to it. It's got some body to it. It's not really thick, but it's got some body there. And so I use that for a lot of the rockin' songs. Next, we've got the DGTM. I'll go ahead and click that one on. Still has that edge there, but it's more of a creamy edge, if that makes any sense at all. It's more of a creamy edge, you know, like a butter knife in the middle of the stick of butter, you know, but it adds like a creamy edge. And so those are my overdrives there. And then I've got channel 2 of the triple rectifier, which is pretty much distortion. Use that for the definite rockin' songs. And a lot of times I'll add the SHO in with that channel to add a little bit more thickness, a little more body to it. Now something I want to go ahead and do is show you some of my lead tones. I'm going to go ahead and switch guitars because I want to show you some tricks that I use with my Ty Tabor guitar. So I'm going to put my Bob Hartman down, and we'll get my Ty Tabor guitar. And oh, don't need that strap, do I? Let's go ahead and get this one. And I'll show you some little tricks that I do with this one. Now this guitar is the scale length on this guitar is quite a bit shorter than that Bob Hartman. So depending on if the song is, I mean, if during the set list my hands are starting to get tired or something, I may switch. Or depending on the set list, I may just go ahead and grab this guitar and use it the whole time. It all depends, really. Because this guitar has got the sound of it. This is the neck pickup here. And here's the neck and the middle pickups. This guitar's got more of an acoustic quality. It sounds more acoustic than the Bob Hartman. It's just got some more resonance to it. It sounds almost like an acoustic. And here's something I want to show with this guitar. I'm going to go ahead, I've got the neck pickup on. The way I play a lot of times is I've got my palm right there on the bridge. And this volume knob is right here for my ring finger or my pinky to grab. And so what I want to show, this is something I do a lot of times during solos. Of course, depending on the song, depending on how far I want to go with it, I'll either have one or both of either my Michelangelo Badio or my Maxon pedal, depending on how much I want to do, how much edge I need, how much how the mood's going, how everything's going during the service. So I'm going to go ahead and click both of these on just to demonstrate something that I do. I've got my neck pickup on. I'm going to turn my delay on, and here's something I do. I do a lot of volume swells, and I do that a lot because you're not always going to be doing ripping solos, man, and you want to break away from just doing your little chords, you know. You want to break away from doing chords, but you can't play a ripping solo. It's just not appropriate. And so I do a lot of volume swells. You could do a lot of the melody lines. You could break away from the melody lines. Do a lot of atmospheric type things with the volume swells. And that's a trick that I really employ a lot, especially during the slow worship times. You know, if I can't go out and do an all-out solo, you know, with my that's my solo sound. It's pretty much the same thing, but I don't do the volume swell. And a lot of times during solos, I'll throw my wah in. And then, of course, if we're going, let me move that chord there. If we're going all out, I'll switch it to the bridge pickup there. And if the mood is right, I'll throw my SHO on, you know, just to give it some more sustain. But that right there, those are some of the things that I do during the solos. And sometimes I've got to be more laid back. If I've got to be really laid back, I'll do the volume swell thing during a solo, depending on how much sustain. Sometimes I'll just have the Michelangelo Badio pedal on, but I need some more sustain. I need those notes to hold out. And so I'll throw my Maxon on there. But if it's loud, I mean, if we're really into it, I'll throw the SHO on there because it adds more body, and of course it is a boost pedal. It is a boost pedal, so you know it'll boost the volume a little bit. But sometimes I can't be that loud. So that's pretty much what I run through at church, and I know the sound quality is probably not the best because all we've got is the microphone on the camera. So I do apologize for that. But I just wanted to play through some of my rig up here at church and give you guys an idea of what I play through. And like I said, I'm up here 3 or 4 times a week, so this is my main rig. This is what I mainly play through. And a lot of times I may bring a different head, you know, a different amp head or different pedals, you know, something I haven't played through in a while, just to give it a different flavor, just to add something. You know, I may bring a flanger up here one day, but it all depends on the song. It depends on how the service is going. Depends on what's going on. Depends on how my ears are sounding that day. Depends on how loud the drummer's playing that day, or how loud the vocalists are that day, or there are a lot of factors that go on, and I'm sure everybody that plays in a band understands that. Different. You can't just have the same sound, the same setting all the time, because sometimes that just gets boring, and it may just not sound right that day or something. So, but anyway, that's my church rig, and I wanted to play through a little bit, and hope to see you guys at church, and then you can actually hear me play live. That would be awesome. And who knows, I may call you guys up on stage to play with me. That'd be awesome. But anyway, man, this is Stephen with Virgin Cow, and we'll see you guys next time on the next guitar video.